So there comes a time in everyone's life when you meet that special someone, that one true love, that soulmate that you will know and love and cherish for the rest of your life. This happened 20 years ago with David when he met me. My name's Mario Jean, and I'm honored to be here representing David as his BM. His best man. I don't know what the rest of you were thinking. Brianna, I just wanted to say that you look absolutely stunning. David, you look nice. No, you look great, man. So, I've spent a little time with Brianna. I've gotten to know her a little bit, and it's very clear, I think, to all of us. It's clear to see what David sees in Brianna and why David is so in love with Brianna. Brianna's parents obviously played a huge role in her life, so thank you for that. Rick and Lillian, Tom and Kathy, you did your best with what you had. Sometimes I wonder at what it is exactly that Brianna sees in David. Is it the fact that he can lick his elbow? There it is. Probably. Or maybe something to do with the rainforest growing on his legs. More of him to love, right? Or maybe it's David's childlike handwriting. I don't know if any of you have seen that. All jokes aside, I absolutely love David with my whole heart and admire the man he is and the man that God has made him today. So, let me share how our relationship began. You see, I remember when David was yay big. Of course, I was that big as well. We met when we were about 5 years old. Our parents were friends. The first memory that I really have of David is when they first came to Calvary Baptist Church. And I remember when David and the whole family was homeschooled, right? And I remember this other homeschooled kid showed up, and David's like, no, we don't want to hang out with that homeschooled kid. And so David himself being a homeschooled kid, if this other homeschool kid we don't want to hang out with, man, like, oof, must be pretty bad, right? So I remember saying, David saying, Mario, let's play hide and seek, right? And so we went and we left church, right? And the other guy was still searching for us. I mean, it's kind of mean now that I think about it, but I mean, that's kind of my first memory of David. From then on, I knew that David was an adversary. Not so much a friend at that point. He was an adversary. He was someone, I liked and respected, but, I needed to watch for him. I'm a very competitive person, as some of you might know. And so that came into our relationship, and being, young and like, we were 14 or even less than that. We were insecure and whatever, It was also the oncoming of the technological age. Gmail started, and just, I guess, email in general, and MSN Messenger. And so, I would get these emails from David, this crush calculator, right? Who's your crush? And so what it is, David sends this email to me, and it's like, who's your crush? Put in your top 3 names, and the crush calculator will calculate the best match for you, right? So David sends this to me, right? And I put in my 3 names, Hey, this might be handy, as a 12-year-old, 11-year-old, This is some important advice, obviously, whatever this thing spits out. And unbeknownst to me, well, I guess I find out later, the 3 names I put in, they actually get automatically sent to David. And so David can actually read my 3 crushes. So, as I said earlier, this is when email started happening. So, luckily for you, I went back and I researched the emails that David and I shared with one another. And they're long, they're funny though. I mean, sit back and relax. So this is from David to me on September 29th, 2005. This is when we were 14 years old. Hey Mario, Paul and Heather, what are you guys up to? Paul, that was really cool music you did on Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. Heather, I hear you're sick. That sucks. I hope you get better soon, blah, 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 blah. Mario, I hope you're practicing away on the guitar. Is it just me, or is that the hardest word to remember how to spell? I was just at church for the worship workshop, and everyone's like, we should do more hymns and unplug everything. I'm like, no, we need to be more intense, not less intense. I didn't really say that, but I was thinking that. Oh, if I had my way, playing and singing as loud as they want, and the drums would rule. LOL. TTYL, cool peeps, David. And this is my response to David. And as I said, David was an adversary. It's just you. Guitar is an easy word to spell, LOL. It's just that, you're the worst speller in the world, so, LOL. About your little worship thing, well, does that really matter if it's hymns or rock music? I mean, it's worship. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? I'm keeping up with guitar lessons, and I hope to stick with them. Oh yeah, what does peeps mean? TTYL, cool peeps. You know what sucks about guitar lessons? Well, first, right now I'm doing it in a group. And second of all, I'm stuck with a bunch of super duper beginners that have no clue what they're doing. My homework was to learn how to play In the Jungle, and I did that on the first night. Third of all, we are not learning chords, but stupid little, what do you call them, pluckingness. We're not strumming, but one string at a time. I hate guitar lessons. But I will still learn so we can have a worship band. Wouldn't that be so cool? Someone better start learning bass, though. Soccer's tomorrow, you'd better not go or you'll make your team lose. We're gonna smoke you, and I'm gonna get 4 goals and you're gonna score in your own net. Ha 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 ha. Talk to you later, pee-pee son. You're beast, Mario. This is David's response. First of all, you're the biggest idiot in the world. Just thought I would make that clear. Stop pissing and moaning about your guitar lessons. Because if that's the case, and it's way too easy, then you should move up to the next level. Duh. And yes, it does matter about hymns and rock music. Yes, they're both worship music, but I can worship a lot better if it's not hymns. Chad says he might learn the bass, but I don't think that he can even pluck a note before saying it's too hard. I didn't know we were playing you guys tomorrow. That's sweet. Hopefully we'll beat you guys. And peeps is short for people, moron. Next time you should use your brain and think it over a little. In big letters, you suck. This is my response. First of all, you really suck at the drums, and I think you need some mental help. We played soccer again today, and let me guess, you got another -2 goals, while I got another 3 goals and 2 assists. You are the worst athlete in the world, and you suck. When you come to high school, everyone will think you are the dumbest idiot, and they will hate you. I know. Yeah, exactly. What are friends for? So David and I had this constant battle. I had a dog named Bandit, a Jack Russell Terrier, a much more superior dog, obviously, to the Williams dog, Sam, the Golden Retriever. No, this was a running joke. Sam is the ugliest dog in the world, and he needs some mental help just as much as you do. David, I really despise you, and I think that you should go to a psychopathic institution where they teach you the meaning of the word stupid. Brackets, you. I showed this to David, and we couldn't believe that we wrote this because we just had no idea. I think that you are the dumbest idiot that I have to know. You told me that I had to use my brain a little bit more, but at least I have a brain. Let me guess, you forgot. Right, yeah, well, that just proves that you are a retarded little lizard head. You naive, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, action-taking, horse and glass-gazing, super serviceable, finical rogue. And I think we were doing Shakespeare at the time in English class, so I think that's where that case. I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of my addition. I rest my case. Love, Mario. It gets better. This is from David. Dude, you never said if you won your game or not. I'm guessing you were too embarrassed to say that you lost. But you should get your facts straight next time, Mario. You can't even make comebacks without saying dumb things like you suck at drums or your dog's ugly. I know you don't mean it, but I know you have to reply to my emails with some kind of comeback, but you can't find anything bad to say about me, so you say things that aren't true. Oh, and let's see, I'm a bad athlete? Who's the one who scored 2 goals today and had several chances and won our game 5-1? I'm bad at the drums? Don't even get me started, man. And it's too bad that you're an insecure child. That you think someone likes you because they wrote something on your locker. What a life. And you know, Sam is the cutest dog in the world, but I know you were just trying to put my dog down but couldn't think of anything mean to say, so you said something lame like he's ugly. Now, I mean, Bandit is ugly. Sam is not. Sam is a golden retriever who's cute and playful and smart. Your dog is none of these things. Go smash your head through a TV, moron. Have a nice day, David. My response. Oh yeah? We smoked the team you guys tied again, 10-2. You guys are the crappiest soccer team in the world. I got 3 goals and 2 assists today. That's a hat-trick a game for the 3 previous games in a row. Bandit is cuter than Sam. Sam's previous owners were trying to get rid of him because the dog was so ugly. Even Seth says Bandit is cuter than Sam. You didn't even have to pay anything for your dog because he's worth nothing. Bandit, on the other hand, was expensive, and that $400 was so worth it. The only way you seem to be able to insult me is by insulting by insulting my insults. Your dog is 100% devil. Yeah, well, I have girls coming up to me and asking my name and grade and stuff like that. It's kind of a big deal. You, on the other hand, homeschooled, rotted home on your computer all day. You think you are too good for us, LOL. Whatever. Don't even try to mess with Bandit, because that is copycatting. The only way you can insult me. You suck at insulting. You don't even have any girls ask your name or anything. You say I don't have a very big brain. Well, at least I have a brain, so go hug a tree, or whatever you pig-headed frogs like to do. David's response. It's funny that you think a girl asking your grade means she likes you. I'm going to have to tell Paul about this. Paul, where are you? Hello, Paul. I'm trying to think if any girl has liked you, but none seems to come to mind. Life must suck for you, Mario. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist saying something bad about you. Let's try and say nice things to each other. This is David, obviously. I'll start. Mario, you are, I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. I cannot say something nice about you. In capital letters, go throw yourself in a pit of boiling hot oil and rot, fatty. I respond, I love you too. So yeah, as you can see, we didn't really have a friendship. It was kind of an adversarial thing. And I don't know, were we friends? Were we enemies? Were we frenemies? I don't know. But yeah, that was just a little insight. It's amazing that those emails are still there and we can look at that. That's just, that blows me away. Let's see. So, yes, while we were still competitive and adversarial, we, we saw each other once a week at church on Sundays. And it was great. During morning service, we would actually insert my dog. I was obsessed with my dog. Looking back on these emails, it was a bit ridiculous. I had a problem, and I'm glad I got over it. But we would actually insert my dog's name into the worship songs. And Kim, the worship pastor, is here. Hi, Kim. Yes, I'm not sure if you knew this. So, you know, we would say, instead of better is a one day in your court, better is a one, we would say, better is a bandit in your courts, better is a bandit in your house, and stand elsewhere. Or, you know, beautiful bandit I love, beautiful bandit I adore. We would try not to do anything too sacrilegious, obviously. We are in a church, but, you know, it was, I don't know, it was something we did. I don't know, we were 15, 14 years old. So that was during the worship music. And during the sermons, we would find other ways to entertain ourselves. And the pastors here, sorry, not that your sermons were not entertaining, but, you know, we're 14-year-old boys. So we would actually, and this is kind of weird, and you'll have to forgive me for this. You might get a bit grossed out, but we would actually pick our nails, like our toenails and our fingernails. And sometimes during the week, we would actually save them up for each other. And during the service, we would put, I don't know if you saw today, you saw how I took David's hand and put the ring in it, and then I kind of closed his hand over it? Well, that has a story to it. We would pick our nails and we would put them in each other's hands and close our hand, the other hand over it. Like, what is with us? How did we get such amazing women? It was so weird. Then it was kind of a tradition in my family to go to Wendy's after church. We would always go to Wendy's. Wendy's was the meet-up place, and David just loved tagging along with Wendy's. And Sundays was kind of our day because we got to spend the whole day together, and David just loved seeing the interaction with me and my stepfather, because we would just, I don't know, I would kind of tease my dad, and my dad would get mad at me, and I would get mad at him, and Dave, you can see how David loved it. And he loved it. He loved coming over and just watching me talk to my dad. It was kind of funny. But we have a lot of memories together. One time we had an afro competition. David's hair is curly, my hair is curly, and so we tried to see how far out we could grow it. Maybe you'll see a picture of that tonight. Sleepovers on the trampoline. We had hot tub chats, always about girls, always about girls. Cedar Grove sports nights Tom would put on, and according to Jeremy, I would leave every single time crying. Coldplay concerts, convoying bicycles, and riding on mopeds in Victoria. Just some of the memories we have. We shared a locker together in grade 12, and yeah, David, he suffered a little bit from that. The Canucks game, riding in Vancouver, not that we were riding. Just good memories, you know. Mountain Man. You know, when people throw sticks and rocks at you, it means that they're friends, right? David was a stubborn guy. He did go with the flow. You know, it's much easier to go with the flow, but David liked to go against the flow. So he worked at Super Value in Gibson's. And what other high school students worked at Super Value? Maybe one other. I worked at IGA. You know how many high school students work? Yeah. Anyone else here worked at IGA? Like, everyone worked at IGA. Like, seriously, like, we're talking like 25 high school students worked at IGA. So David always went against the flow, and I really admire you for that. And although IGA is better and everyone knows it, you know, you can hold on to your Super Value stuff. So now that I shared the interesting story of Mario and David, I want to direct our attention towards Brianna. She's beautiful, isn't she? You are now a Williams. With that carries a significant responsibility. I have observed this family in their natural habitat. So please listen to these words carefully. These are the three things that it takes to be a Williams. The Williams walk. It doesn't matter if you're going to the grocery store, going with some friends, you always walk as if you have a purpose. If you're going down the aisle, you walk with a purpose. That is the Williams walk, and every single Williams that I know does that walk. And although they've recognized that it's not exactly culturally acceptable to leave your significant other way behind, they're getting better at it. So that is the one thing that it takes to be a Williams.
No, they're not.
The second thing that it takes to be a Williams, if you're going for a walk of any kind, even a gentle stroll on a just down the road, you need to wear a reflective vest. Because there are dangers. Bears will come, cougars will come. But if you wear your reflective vest, you will reflect everything. Isn't that right, Tom and Kathy? Brianna, please wear a reflective vest when you go for a walk. There's one other thing that it takes to be a Williams, and this actually it's a story from my mother. As I said earlier, my parents and the Williams parents are friends. And so, my mom was at the Williams house at one point, and so it came up in conversation, and my mother said something along the lines of, Mario fell and hurt his butt, and Kathy says, my mom's name is also Kathy, so Kathy says to Kathy, in this house, we don't say butt, we say bottom. So, Brianna, in order to be a Williams, you cannot say butt in your house. You must say bottom. And I'm sorry that I've said that word about 5 times. You must just be so offended right now. I'm sorry. But you must know, Brianna, some Williams behavior can be quite dangerous. For example, some Williams have been known to fall asleep at weird times, during every single movie they've ever watched. Or, at the pub with some friends. My biggest fear today, actually, was that David would fall asleep at some point during the ceremony. There is a second Williams behavior that is considered dangerous. And this might only affect your significant Williams. Cutting bagels. You do not cut a bagel sticking your finger through the middle hole. There is a third Williams behavior that can be considered dangerous. Do not lock your bike to a 3-foot-high pole, because a thief can just lift it over. Watch for these as you have children. All jokes aside, David, I love you to the depths of my heart.
Love you too, man.
You are a phenomenal guy, and I respect you and Brianna and your relationship so much. And could we just pray? Lord Jesus, I just thank you so much for this couple, God. And I thank you that the work that you've done in their lives, and I lift you up and I praise you in this place, God. And we honor you and love you and respect you. I ask that you just invade David and Brianna's life with your love, God. Teach them what it means to be loved by you so that they can love one another better, God. Thank you, Jesus, for this lovely, lovely, lovely thing called marriage. And God, bless them their whole lives. Amen. Amen. So, I propose a toast to David and Brianna Williams. May they have many children.
Thank you, Mark.